Joining us. I'm going to ask you about some oddities tonight, and call me strange, but I thought it odd that your candidate, John McCain, when asked who he might name as his Secretary of the Treasury on a matter of tremendous national import, said, "Not you, Tom," to Tom Brokaw. What did he mean by that?
Chris, I think it was a moment of levity. I would never call you strange, Chris. I mean, I think it was a moment of levity in the campaign. You know, he obviously went on to answer that question very substantively and talking about Warren Buffett and other potential folks, Meg Whitman. So he answered the question very substantively. I think a moment of levity, and you know, I think.
So he wasn't upset that he was being asked that. He wasn't upset, Mike. He wasn't upset that he was being asked that question.
No, not at all,
Chris.
Not at all, Chris.
Moment of it wasn't a tiff. Oh, I don't know. No, because I thought Chris, he was upset.
Come on, you know.
No, that's what I thought.
Of course not, Chris. Come on.
Are you a mind reader, Mike Duhaime, or just a flack?
No, I can just read your mind, Chris. That's all.
Okay. Well, maybe we shouldn't go on with the questions. Tell me what my next question is, then.
I'll just wait, sure. Chris, I'm just saying we should talk about the substantive answer.
What did you make of John McCain calling Senator Obama that one?
Well, Chris, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I should have read your mind on that. I mean, we've had a debate here, 90 minutes with a lot of substance. That was an answer about tax policy and where Senator Obama voted, where Senator McCain voted. You're going to try to parse out like one or two words here or there rather than talking about the real substance. You're talking about the appointment of a Treasury Secretary and talking about a serious discussion on taxes. You're going to try to find one word here or there in order to distract people from the substance of it. I mean, you know, I don't know. I heard you talking about it before. Clearly, it's what you're going to talk about all night, but I mean, you had a really substantive debate here. You want to parse out one or two words. You know, I don't think that's a realistic discussion of what happened tonight.
Well, let me ask you about something that wasn't mentioned tonight. That is the attack that your campaign has launched against Barack Obama for his association with Bill Ayers. That's going on now since Saturday. Why did your candidate not address it?
Well, I think the questions tonight from Tom Brokaw, there were no questions on that issue tonight, and I think Senator McCain tried to answer the questions that came across tonight. I think it's a fair point of discussion, but it was not one that was asked by either the moderator or anybody else in terms of the email questions or the town hall questions. So it clearly wasn't something that came up. Hopefully it would be something that Senator Obama and Senator McCain perhaps can discuss in the future.
Let's take a look at this back and forth. It's to do with a lot of issues, but it's packed into this exchange now, Mike, between, it starts off with Barack Obama, and then it has a retort sort of from John McCain. Let's watch this part of the debate.
Okay.
It's not quite ready. What did you think about the whole tenor of the debate? Well, we got a minute here. Do you think that it was a good debate tonight, a substantive debate?
I thought it was a substantive debate. I think both candidates, you know, tried to lay out some facts and issues. They both had some barbs toward each other. I thought Senator McCain was more substantive. That was certainly my opinion in terms of some of the answers, the specific answers. Certainly talking about home ownership and laying that new proposal tonight, I think was very substantive. So I think overall it was a good debate. I hope voters learned a lot from it.
Let's take a look, Mike. Let's take a look at a big chunk of it now. Both sides. First Barack and then John McCain.
Okay.
When George Bush came into office, we had surpluses. And now we have a $500 billion deficit annually. When George Bush came into office, our debt, national debt, was around $5 trillion. It's now over $10 trillion. We've almost doubled it. And so, while it's true that nobody's completely innocent here, we have had, over the last 8 years, the biggest increases in deficit spending and national debt in our history. And Senator McCain voted for 4 out of 5 of those George Bush budgets.
This is the most liberal big spending record in the United States Senate. I have fought against excessive spending and outrageous. I have fought to reduce the earmarks and eliminate them. Do you know that Senator Obama has voted for, is proposing $860 billion of new spending now? New spending. Do you know that he voted for every increase in spending that I saw come across the floor of the United States Senate while we were working to eliminate these pork barrel earmarks?
What do you make of that exchange, Mike?
Well, I think clearly Barack Obama is running against George Bush, not John McCain. And John McCain, I think, pointed out a serious part of Senator Obama's record. He's voted 97% of the time with the Democrat Party. He's never bucked his party on any major piece of legislation. I've never seen him make a vote that was against what was the most politically expedient vote he could make. I've never seen him go against public opinion on any vote that he could make. John McCain's always gone against, he's always done what he thinks is right, whether public opinion is with him or not. I think Barack Obama wants to talk about the past and talk about George Bush. I think Senator McCain's comments speak for themselves. They're about Senator Obama's record.
Okay, Mike, it's great having you on. By the way, Mike, just to keep friendly with
Chris.
you, I really do think that your candidate was upset with Tom for asking that question. That's really what I thought. So we'll have to talk about it later. Mike Duhaime, thanks for joining us.
It was
an interesting debate.
Thanks, Chris.
It was an interesting debate tonight. Mike Duhaime joining us. We're going to have in a minute.